with us when I was growing up for many years. She was a wonderful person. But she's a fabulous person, and she loved to play games, but she was a very competitive game player. And she would never put up with like pouting. She didn't belong to that, I'll let the kids win for their own self-esteem kind of deal. She was developing character and integrity in us when we would play. And Monopoly was her favorite game, and we'd play that. And when I'd get my little lump of money, that little $1,500, I just wanted to hold on to it. But my grandmother understood that money is how you keep score, that winning is the name of the game. And so when she would go around the game board, she would buy every piece of property that she landed on, and she would mortgage it to the hilt to buy everything else, until eventually she was master of the board, and she owned the whole deal. And I would land on her property once too often, and then she would just kind of smile. I would hand her my last dollar, and she would say, "Don't worry about it, Johnny. One day you'll learn how to play the game." And I always hated it when she would say that to me. And then one summer, I played with a kid named Steve Scout, lived in our neighborhood. Almost every day we'd play this game. And gradually that summer, it dawned on me, acquisition is the name of the game. Money is how you keep score. You must develop a ruthless commitment to acquisition. So in that fall, when I went to play with my grandmother again, I was more ruthless than my grandmother. I was ready. My palms were sweaty playing my grandmother. I was willing to cheat if I needed to defeat my grandmother. And I will never forget the moment. It happened at Marvin Gardens. And my grandmother landed on me once too often. And I watched her. This is a wonderful woman. I mean, she taught me how to play the game. She was a widow by now. She had raised 6 children, and she raised my mom, loved me, taught me how to play the game. And I destroyed her financially and psychologically, and watched her hand over her last dollar to me. It was a wonderful moment. And then she had one more thing to teach me, and this is the great lesson that always comes at the end of the game. Now, it all goes back in the box. When the game is over, all that money, all that property, all those utilities, boardwalk and park place, we get all excited about the game and who's going to be the master of the board and make a ruthless commitment to acquisition, and money is how you keep score, and we forget this one ultimate lesson, that when the game ends, and the game always ends, it all goes back in the box.
I was a businesswoman, but when the Lord appointed me as a leader in this Christian organization, it was failing. I have fear how to lead my organization. I have financial problem, and my staff leave me. It's make me sad. I cannot sleep every night, just crying, praying to the Lord, and ask help from Him. Lead Like Jesus answered my prayer. Lead Like Jesus changed my organization from inside out. My life changed completely because through that encounter I know that leadership is about influence and developing others. Step by step, they grow. My organization grow because they grow. Yeah, it worked. Before I know Lead Like Jesus, I want to quit. But after Lead Like Jesus and the board gave me option like that, I said, no, I don't want to quit because I know God put me here for something. So now my organization become at the good direction. And that's a wonderful thing. I hope through Lead Like Jesus, many leaders can be transformed, and then this nation can be transformed also.